Hey guys, welcome to day 42 of the 75-day challenge. I'm actually taking a midday walk, so that means I am completing half of the challenge of what I need to get done. So I started my day off a little early. Well, early for me. Probably like 9 a.m. doesn't seem early, but it is early when you're still teaching till 7:30 at night. So it's going to be a long day. But I'm on a break. So I am walking now. I think I'm going to try to attend CrossFit before class tonight. If I'm able to get everything prepped for class in between, which I'm pretty sure I will. But for now, I thought it's super nice. The skies are bright blue here in Arizona. It's not as cold. I still have on a coat or jacket, but I'm not freezing like I was yesterday. So my goal today is obviously getting some outdoor time, and then secondly, going to CrossFit. Now that my sciatica is really like no pain at all, I'm ready to like dial into my CrossFit in a way that I have not been able to do in over 6 months. Just about 6 months. A, for sciatica, and B, because I was traveling pretty extensively. So anyways, as far as writing, so now that I'm in the part of the semester where my students are working on their projects, there's less lectures. Literally, I have this week and next week, and then finals is the first week of December. So I'm feeling really, really free right about now, because I don't have to really worry about prepping too much. And my Monday night class, I'm having to do some prep work because they had a research day and then we had Veterans Day. So I haven't seen them in 2 weeks. But there is a lecture that I want to do with them on lesson planning and trying to make it as fun and painless as possible for them, so they're not so stressed out about it, but then they're walking away with like actually learning something. So that's the goal and the intent. So with that said, as far as my writing tonight, being that I don't go to campus until Wednesday, I will be writing chapter 2 summary tonight. I have to. I think tomorrow night, because typically I talk to my parents Tuesday night, but being that I would have seen them all last week, I don't think I really need to talk to them tomorrow. I love them, but I don't think we need to really hop on the phone for a long period of time. So if we do talk, it's not going to be like our normal hour and a half, 2 hours. That's what I'm thinking. And that's partly because I have this big deadline of trying to make sure that I finish chapter 2 and 3 by Thanksgiving. And I have to take into consideration I have an 8-hour commute ahead of me for work because I'm going to campus on Wednesday and Friday of this week. Next week is a different story. I won't actually go to campus at all, which is a good thing because that means it gives me more time. And I also won't have like a 9 o'clock meeting on a Monday. This meeting only happens quarterly, so I wasn't too worried about attending it or anything, and I want to attend it. But it just means like I wasn't going to stay up as late, like working on the paper. And I'm one of those people, like I'm a night person. So between teaching at night and then in general, just being a night person, it's just easier for me to work on things when I don't have as many interruptions from the day walking past the school. So But that's my goal for now. Is I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish chapter 2 summary. I am on the hunt for finding a paper that my chair has chaired on, so I can kind of get some support and perspective there. And then I also have to watch the videos she has recommended me to watch on saturation and triangulation. But I'm going to do that after I'm done with chapter 2 summary and any other like revisions for chapter 2 that I need to do. Other than that, that's the plan for today. I'm pretty sure I will get some snippets of me doing CrossFit. So we're deadlifting, but the catch is that I probably won't deadlift my typical max amount, because I can deadlift on a really good day. I think my max was like 225, 230. So with my sciatica, I was deadlifting like 160 pounds. I could obviously do more than that. The coaches and I think like I probably deadlift 300 without an issue. But again, I got to be healthy to do all of that. I was supposed to have a chiropractic appointment today, but I decided to reschedule it. So I wanted to walk. I didn't really feel like I really needed the adjustment because I have a sports medicine massage tomorrow. So I'm just thinking like, I think I'm good. I'll need that adjustment more next week after I've commuted and was sitting in my car. So anyways, I'm going to hop off of here and I will catch you guys probably in my car driving to CrossFit or on my way home. All right, talk to you guys later. All right, what's up everyone? Finally, a car chronicle. I'm in a car. I'm actually in my husband's truck, but I am en route to CrossFit. The last time you guys saw me, I was taking a walk after sitting in a 2-hour Zoom meeting. For those of you that have to sit on Zoom for 2 hours, you just get it. But I was thinking about something earlier today as I've connected with people in this YouTube platform space. It had me kind of thinking like, how did this all come about? And you know what? This is what I've concluded. Being a work from home, remote hybrid worker, I'm isolated all the time. So that means I don't talk to a lot of people in terms of just regular old conversation. I don't get to know people. The only way I interact with people is if I go somewhere to interact with them. And for me, it's CrossFit. It's literally like the place I go get my nails done. But even in these spaces, I'm not necessarily getting to know people. I'm just around people, if that makes sense. Because, you're on a schedule. Class starts at 3. You're out at 4. The next group comes in. And depending on the class that I'm in, some people are really social while others are like, I just want to work out and I want to leave. So it's very isolating. And I consider myself an extrovert in most kind of situations, but I also can be introverted as well. It just depends on the circumstances. But I find that at least here with YouTube or social media platforms, if you're able to build a sense of community, then you're able to connect with people. And so it just really made me think like, how come I feel more connected with this space? And I'm like, well, because I believe that I'm also connecting with other people that work alone. And they're looking for a community too. But to be honest with you, a lot of the stuff that I do in my role at my community college, it is in isolation. I'm an early childhood person. I'm the only early childhood faculty. The only other education faculty we have is our elementary ed faculty member. So we're a team, but we teach two totally different curriculums. And so it's just very unique, the situation in terms of like my work life is isolated as well. Especially the fact that I commute 2 hours to be there twice a week. Well, 2 hours going and 2 hours back, which is very unique compared to when I worked in social work and when I was in public education. I was around children, I was around teachers, I was around people all the time. And actually, it was the opposite. Quite the opposite. I didn't want to be around people when I got off from work. I was just overly stimulated by the day. And now I find it really interesting. I have to be intentional to leave my house almost every day just so I can be around other people. And what's funny is my husband is a hybrid worker as well. And most weeks, like, I guess it's 3 times in a pay period or whatever, he goes in person, but he goes in every Wednesday like I do, and then every other Friday. And for me, I have to go in every Friday. So we're around each other, but we're not really working in the same space either. I don't know. It's just something about working in isolation. And if you would have told me a decade ago this is what my work life would look like, I would be like, you can pay that $1 million to someone else. So anyways, what have I done so far? I did get my lesson prepped for class. I thought I was going to do a Padlet, but I'm not going to do a Padlet with them. I'm actually teaching them about lesson planning to be specific, and it's an emergent language and literacy course. And so it used to be a major assignment where they developed a lesson plan, but the way the curriculum is set up in the course, or all of the courses, I found that students really needed more foundational knowledge around lesson planning. They just didn't have the knowledge because we didn't offer a course around this topic. So it just created different challenges, to say the least. Oh wow, I wonder what's happening. So I have to really take apart the lesson planning and really teach it in steps to help them understand what it is that they need to be accomplishing, all while taking into consideration wherever they work, whatever ways that they've learned to lesson plan or not learn to lesson plan. I have to reteach the skill and try to teach the most formal way of lesson planning, because that's traditionally not what they do. But if they're ever in a situation where they need to have lesson plans in a formal way, they can do it and feel successful in doing it. So anyways, I will be writing tonight. When I get back from CrossFit, it's pretty much like eat dinner and shower and then start teaching. So that will be the whole day in conclusion. And I like to shower before class so I can, right after class, just go straight into writing. I usually take an hour break in between class, or after I've done teaching and getting everything done for work completed. Then I'll take an hour just to kind of transition my mind to do something else, and then from there dive into the paper. And so I'll usually do that from 8:30, 9 o'clock at night until 10:30, 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock is my threshold of I can no longer be on the screen time. So anyways, if nothing else, I have checked my movement box off for sure. I don't know if I'll hop back on anymore today. Maybe after class I will. We'll see. But if I don't, I hope you guys had an amazing day 42 of the challenge. and I will see you the next day. Have a good evening, but have a good morning, because you'll be seeing this in the morning. And until next time, take care. I'll see you guys soon. Alright guys, I just finished my CrossFit workout, and it was an EMOB, meaning every minute on the minute you're moving for 18 minutes straight today. That consisted of rowing for 1 minute, technically 45 seconds, burpees for another minute, technically 45 seconds, and then 5 push press or push jerks. I did push press. Let me be clear. I do up downs, but this is the first time I have done up downs or any kind of burpee without like any modification. I had finally gotten to a point where I was able to do full-fledged burpees by the end, by March of last year or this year. And then once my sciatica got injured and all of that, then I really could only do like burpees using the box, which was like a 22-inch or 24-inch box at that point. Today I actually did up downs, so that was a huge victory because it's been a while since I've done it at all. And even though I was not able to maintain my goal of doing 8 up downs each round, I'm not mad about it because I never quit. That's the funny thing about CrossFit, is it's reminded me, or it has tapped into what I call like the competitor in me that's always existed. I'm just going to be real. It's always been there. And not so much competing with other people, but just competing with myself and just like challenging myself to see like what can I actually do. And it's been an interesting journey because CrossFit was the gift I gave myself when I turned 40. I'm still considered overweight. I'm a plus size woman. I'm okay with that. As long as my blood work is good, that's all that matters to me. And I'm able to do the things that I enjoy. I know for a fact with the level of traveling I did this summer, I would not have enjoyed the trips as much had I not been doing CrossFit. But because I had been doing CrossFit, and even though for years I have been to the gym, I've been working out, walking, all of that. But it's something about CrossFit where I'm able to actually do all this functional fitness stuff that really affects my day-to-day life. But CrossFit has taught me, and I tell people this all the time, and it doesn't have to be CrossFit, that's the thing. But for me, it's like, no matter what the workout is, how challenging it is, I'm going to show up and I'm going to do it. Even if it has to be skilled, it doesn't mean I'm like a bad athlete. Oh, you didn't do a good job. Because I'm one of those athletes, like I came up in the 90s, primarily the 90s, graduated class of 01. So, and by the time I graduated high school, I was in Texas. Like, I had Texas football coaches for soccer, if that gives you any perspective. And then I had a couple of female coaches, but my female coach for track, she cut me no slack. None at all. It was like, if you plan to compete this weekend, you have to do the whole workout. Even though I watched other athletes never do the full 1 mile warm up, none of that. But I'm telling you, it's paid off at my 41 years of life, because no matter what, I know I'm going to get something done. And the parallel is the doctorate. I know I was going to get it done. And actually, all of my formal education, because I've taken breaks, paused, it took me 8 years to get my undergrad, but I knew I was going to finish it. That's the thing. It's like when you have your mind made up about something, you're going to just simply do it. But you don't have to do it on other people's timelines. You just have to be consistent and keep showing up. That's what I love about doing a 75-day challenge for me, is that it's just enough competitiveness to keep me accounted for. But the most important part is the consistency. It's the habits that I will have long after the challenge is over. It's the habits of like, oh yeah, I'm traveling, I'm in Anaheim, and I'm in Texas, but yet I still have to show up and write this paper. Oh, and I still have to work out today. How am I going to do it? And usually in the past, when I traveled before the sciatica stuff, I would typically go to CrossFit gyms. Well, what happens when you can't do that because you're injured? Then you have to find another way. That's the beauty of the challenge, is like I have to keep finding another way to show up to complete the challenge. And that's what I hope that's what people are taking away and listening to my journey, is that every day I am tasked with, okay, I have to work today. That means I have to teach, I have to advise, I have to deal with the grant, I have to deal with all the things that come with my job. But I still have to be a wife, I still am a dog owner, I still have a home, I still have to take care of myself, and I still have this paper of a lifetime that I have to write. And every day I get 24 hours a day to figure out, how am I going to do it? What am I going to do? And there's going to be days like today where I never schedule meetings first thing in the morning. Never, ever, 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 ever. Because I know it's going to be a long day. But you know what? That just meant, you know what? You're going to work for 3 hours. You're going to take a break. You're going to eat your lunch. You're going to take a walk. You're going to come back. And you're going to work some more for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Then you're going to go to CrossFit. Like, you have to find ways to make it work. And you have to just block the time. And just keep showing up. And being consistent. So, anyways, I am almost close to being home. And I've got a shower. And I also have to eat dinner. Because class starts in 50 minutes. And all of that is going to happen in the next 50 minutes. So, have an amazing day. Have an amazing night. An amazing morning. And if I don't see you guys later on, I will see you tomorrow. And hopefully this is the last time I'm checking in today, because I'm not hopping back on here. I've taken you guys for a walk and I've taken you for a ride. So, all right. See you guys tomorrow.